All right, I want to talk about section 10.13 quick. Heights of cylinders given volume. We're going to be kind of going backwards from what we had been doing. And let's take a look at a real-world problem real quick. All right, the book gives us this cool example. It's a Gregory's family bought a hot tub. And the question is, how deep is the hot tub? And we really want to, the only information that we know is that it holds 125 cubic feet of water. Cubic feet we can also write as feet cubed. We can say that as cubic feet. And we know that the diameter is equal to 6 feet. The question is, how deep? Well, the way that we can solve this is by looking back at our volume formula of a cylinder, which we were just doing a little bit ago. And our formula for a cylinder is the volume is, for a cylinder, is equal to pi r squared times height. So in this case, we're just going to be working backwards because we used to know this whole side and we can just plug it in and solve it. Whereas this time, we know this one, we know this one, but we don't know this one. So we'll need to do a little bit of algebraic manipulation. So a little algebra, but it shouldn't be too bad, and I don't anticipate people struggling too much on this. Let's plug in our numbers and see if we can figure out what it would be in this case. So our volume we know is 125. And I could put cubic feet, but as long as when I'm doing my math, I leave out my units. I know pi, and I know my radius squared. I knew my diameter is 6 feet. That means my radius is 3 feet. And I'm going to square my radius. And I'm going to multiply it by my height. And now I can solve using my normal algebra skill. So I know I have 125 feet cubed. I'll try to put it back in now that I'm remembering. Times pi. 3 feet squared is 9 square feet times h. And if I want to isolate my h, which is my goal, because that is my unknown in this case, I'm going to divide this side by 9 square feet times pi, which means I'm going to do the same thing over here. 9 square feet times 9 pi square feet. My pi and my 9 square feet cancel off, and I'm left with 125 divided by 9 pi. You'll also notice something interesting, that up here I have feet cubed, and underneath I have feet squared. And when I cancel them off, these feet squared underneath remove 2 of the feet on the top. So what I'm actually left with is just feet regular, which makes sense because my height should be in just regular feet as a unit. That's why it's important to look at those units and see how they get manipulated. If you don't have that, then something went wrong and you probably did your math incorrect somewhere. Now I have 125 over 9 pi, and I can leave it like that. 5, 6, 7, 8, because 125 is not divisible by 9. But in this case, let's take it to a decimal equivalent. 125 divided by 9 divided by 3.14. I'm going to make sure I'm doing that right. I know lots of times they like to give us... No, that should work. 9, so 125 divided by 9. And then I can divide by pi, 3.14. And it's going to give us about 4.2 feet is going to be the depth of the hot tub. So in this case, you're just going to be going backwards. If you feel like you understand how this goes, go ahead and do it. I'm going to do one more example if you'd like to follow along. All right, let's find one that I like. Okay, we're going to a cylinder with radius of 2 inches and a volume of 125.6 cubic inches. What is the height? Okay, I'm going to use my cylinder. My volume of my cylinder equals pi r squared times h. I'm going to put in what I know. 125.6 equals pi times 2 squared times height. 4 pi h equals 125.6. Divide both sides by 4 pi. Cross this off. I'm left with h, and 125.6 divided by 4 divided by 3.14. It's going to give me 10. And with my units, I will have, not feet, I have 10 inches remaining for my answer. Remember to check those radiuses, and remember if they give you a diameter to turn into a radius. Go ahead and good luck.